Kia ora, Year 11 and 12. This is another excellence question involving quadratics. So let's take a look. Alright, so we've got a quadratic equation, this one here, 3x squared plus 4x minus k equals 0. And we're told that it's got two distinct real roots. So remember, the root of a quadratic means the x value such that the quadratic function will take on the value 0. In other words, what value of x is going to make this expression equal to 0? And we're told that 2 is one of those roots. So we can think about this by thinking about how we would factorize it. And let's see what we know. Well, we know that 2 is a root of this equation. So that means that x minus 2 must be one of those factors. Since the first term is 3x squared, the only way that we're going to get a 3x squared will be by having 3x here. And we're going to put in here plus some number that we don't know yet. Now, the next step is to say, okay, what happens if I expand this out? Well, I'll get 3x squared plus nx minus 6x minus 2n equals 0. We can collect up like terms here, and we'll have 3x squared plus x times n minus 6 minus 2n equals 0. Now, matching up the coefficient, we know that this term, the b term in my quadratic, must be 4, and that's equal to n minus 6. So that gives me n minus 6 equals 4, or n equals 10. I'll just squish that in there. So we're nearly done, except that we're not asked for the value of n, we're asked for the value of k, the constant term, and the second root. So what we're going to do now is take this value and pop it into my factorised form. I'll do that on a new slide. Okay, so remember we've got 3x squared plus 4x minus k equals 0. And now this is where we've got to. We've got x minus 2 here and 3x plus 10 here. So we can just, again, get the idea. What we're doing is we're saying, well, we've got 3x squared here. Now that we've figured out the plus 10, we've got plus 10 here, minus 6 there. That gives me that. And now we can look at this last bit. So if I first look at the second root, well, the first root is x equals 2, and that's coming from this factor. The other root comes when 3x plus 10 equals 0, which gives me x equals negative 10 over 3. So that's the second root. The last part is super easy. We're asked to figure out what k is, so we're just going to expand it. We get 3x squared plus 4x minus 20 equals 0. So doing a match up, we've got minus 20 here, minus k here, so k is 20. Just be really careful with questions like this to note the form of the equation. Right, k is not negative 20, okay, because we're given the equation in this form with a minus sign here. Alright, that's all for now. Hope that made sense. Make sure that you have a go at that in a day or two just to go over it and check that you can do it fine.